Today look at this special item from eBay. It is some kind of a very vintage flight data recorder. So it is made by the French SFIM company, which means French company for measuring instrument manufacturing. Made in France here again. So it is an orange box all in metal. On this front panel we have two connectors. On this are actually air inputs for air pressure from the pitot tubes. We have a manufacturer plate and we have these two dials. So I will zoom. The left one is actually just for decoration. It is nothing. And the right one is remaining recording time counter up to 60 seconds, which seem incredibly low for a flight data recorder. We have here the model number and serial number, and interestingly enough, you can see the fabrication and warranty dates are not filled, and it looks like we will find some clues later that this device did leave the factory not finished, and in fact it is missing some parts. So I know it is pretty rare because another one did sell for more than 1,000 euros on eBay. But I got this one for 20 euros because it was miscategorized and poorly described. So we have this cover that will open like so. So how it works, in fact, it will record the data on photo film, which will come on the spools here. You can see we have this cover just like a film camera, in fact, supposedly light tight, that will flip and clip on the top like so. So in order to have a better view, I will try to get rid of the wall covers assembly, and luckily enough I did find out how to do. Just two screws remaining here, and the wall skin of the thing will come off, 3 sides of it, 4 sides even. So like this. I have to pry it out of the way. It is very tedious to reinstall because we have to align properly. But at least it will allow to have a better look inside. So here we are. So just 3 pieces of metal that will come off like so. 2 little springs will come off also. And they are actually attaching this piece here. We will have a better look at it later. So how it works, as I understand, we have here our photo film that will move around, and this thin gap here will leave light passing through, light that will be modulated with data from the various sensors, which seems to be missing. So this piece that did come off is actually a light bulb, so it must be the light source. Here we have our 2 spools we can remove. This here is most probably the motor to run the film. And as you can see, we have 2 items here. We have a little bit of electronics here on the front also, but you can see this terminal plate here is not populated, and we have missing spots missing things here. Spots for 4 parts. A little bit of stuff at the bottom. And if you look here, look at this, we have manifolds actually from the air inputs which are connected to nothing. So it looks like this thing is not finished, and we are missing the kind of transducers that will do some calculations from the, or generate something at least from the air pressures, probably to determine the altitude and speed which will be recorded on the film. So we have here at the bottom 3 little things, but I was not able to open them, or maybe like so. So first I will put out of the way these 2 items. So on the front we have, as I said here, unpopulated terminal block, another one here. This is the back of the connector here. On the bottom we have a round thing with a plate, but it does not say what it is, but it looks like we have a shaft here that could turn. We have this thing here, seems to be a double ceramic tube capacitor with each ring around it. We have more of this here at the bottom. You can see the wires at the bottom, very neat. I do not see any vacuum tube, any transistor. I believe it must be from the 50s according to the kind of manufacturing it is. What else? So yes, we have here the electrical motor driving the film. There is this plate on the top, but I was not able to undo the screws. They are completely stuck. So we will have a look at these items here. You can see we have 2 of these things. They are attached with set screws you can adjust to set precisely the angle they will go. And in fact it looks like this one is aimed directly at the motor, which cannot be good. So probably they were never adjusted. So I do not feel bad at undoing one. And I believe these are actually, if you check my other videos, I have a video about a Russian flight recorder that use little mirrors driven with electromagnets. And I believe this thing is exactly the same. But first I am interested to check what we have in here. If I can lift this part. No, it seems to be completely stuck. I was able to turn it, but maybe they are just it is just to do some adjustment that you can turn it. We have 3 of them, and we have a little piece of glass at the other side. So maybe they are kind of the same item. So about this thing, what I will do, I will just apply some power with my frequency generator, and as you will see, yes, the little mirror in the middle is moving. So it is supposed to encode some information under the form of a light path on the photo film, probably. So interesting, and it looks a lot like the one in the Russian flight recorder from the MiG-21. So we have actually 2 of them, like such, which are completely not set correctly for now, as it looks like the device was not finished. So from a photo I found on the web, we are missing here 4 cylindrical units, probably connected to the air hose here and to the electrically here somewhere. Okay, so what I can do else is try to shine some light. So I have the original bulb, but which seems to be completely new. It is Mazda 27 volts, 8 watts, quite a lot. But I can use a regular light and try to find out what happens. So obviously here in the middle you can see we have this shaft, and we have this kind of a metal clip spring which is useless for now. So we are missing probably also a part in here. I can see we have a black cover here at the bottom. It is probably just the gears for the film drive mechanism. We can, yes, we can see it a little bit in here, but I will not take it apart further because, as you can see, it seems to be quite delicate, and some of the screws are stuck anyway. And one more gear here at the bottom. Yes, we can see totally the shaft from the motor here, and which will drive all this mechanism. Okay, so sadly not much else to show because of the missing parts. So these 3 units at the bottom here seem to be connected in parallel according to the wires I can see. You can see it is quite difficult to focus, but all the wires go together, and we have things written SP, CT and S. I have no idea of what they might be for. Okay. So what else about the construction? We have one bottom metal plate here. The 2 vertical plates here seem to be screwed, and we have these cosmetic panels that cover everything, and it is almost all for it. So it is quite sad I am missing parts, but at least this one is in quite a nice condition, because the only other one I did see on eBay was black paint. It was not orange, and it was completely rusty inside, and it did sell for €1,000. So I believe it is not a bad deal, even if this one is not complete. But we never know. Maybe I will find someday another one in bad condition with the missing parts, and I should be able then to complete it. About the serial number on these parts here, you can see there is a nice logo. I did not show you previously the logo, and the serial numbers are 40,516 and 40,495. Seem to be pretty huge serial numbers. Okay, the spools are all new, of course, so there is a little bit of rust and oxidation, but it is not too bad, and it is most probably because of long-term storage of the thing, as obviously it was never put in service, as it is missing essential parts. And I can tell they were never fitted because the terminals here have no solder whatsoever, so they were not removed, they were not installed. But they did provide already the screws to attach them in place. Okay, so one more interesting item in my collection. Now I will try to reinstall this cover correctly because it looks like aligning properly the screw holes will be quite difficult. So thanks for watching. Do not forget to check my other video about the Russian flight recorder. I will put a link here somewhere, and it will be interesting to see what we have in the other thing, in the other one. Mostly the same technique of light beams going to a photo film. Okay, bye bye.